Now to a story you will see only on WBZ. It's about a man as mysterious as the ghosts he hunts. Yep, he's a ghost hunter, but what we've uncovered about his past is troubling. Jim Armstrong joins us now with a story of who this man really is. Jim?
Lisa, Phillip Brunelle goes out of his way often to let us know what he's up to, sending emails, for example, with offers to be interviewed on a number of different stories.
I'm a paranormal investigator.
Meet Phillip Brunelle again.
This would be where...
The 33-year-old has quite a knack for getting himself on TV. These days, he's hunting ghosts. Late one night this March, he and his crew had the run of an empty Middleborough town hall. And now he's trying to get into other public buildings in Massachusetts and New Hampshire. But what we've learned about him might give local officials good reason to say no. And he agrees.
Would someone be justified in being skeptical of you given all your history?
They would be, yeah, in my opinion.
Brunelle likes attention. That's not a question.
You're the one that's causing mad problems between our relationship.
Here he is more than 15 years ago on one of his many appearances on Jerry Springer. And in the years since, Phillip Brunelle, who used to be Philip Daggett, has been connected to some of the biggest stories in Massachusetts, if you believe him. He claims he won $1,000 and then $1 million on 2 scratch tickets in one day.
Very horrifying, gruesome.
He was the so-called hero bartender when Puzzles Lounge was attacked by a hatchet-wielding madman. He says he pulled an infant out of this deadly car accident.
Yeah, there have been a few instances where I have been in the media for things, yeah.
My speech was slurred.
Like when he publicly claimed this Taco Bell put cocaine in his soft shell. When the company threatened to sue him, though, police say Brunelle stopped cooperating.
And there are people calling you a fraud, a con artist. I mean, how do you respond to that?
I've never once been charged with any criminal offense that has to do with fraud.
Unless you count impersonating a police officer twice. Most recently, Brockton police arrested him for trying to pull people over in his car, which happens to be a decommissioned state police cruiser he bought at auction.
You can even see where it used to say state police.
Yeah.
An interesting vehicle for a millionaire.
Did you win $1 million?
I've never went into a lottery office and claimed a winning ticket of that amount of money on my own.
Lottery officials tell WBZ all the winning tickets from that game have been claimed, none by Brunelle.
If you can substantiate any of those things, then fine, so be it. Then I'm a con man, I'm a fraud.
Perhaps the most troubling accusation involves that Freetown accident that killed 2 little girls, where Brunelle claimed he rescued a baby.
Because I remember him clearly the day of the accident.
The victim's family, who don't want Brunelle to remember what they even look like, tell me he didn't pull anyone out of this car. And worse, months later, they say he sent the girl's grieving mother a picture of this scene in which he pretended you could see the ghost of the dead children.
He tried to tell us that maybe that was one of the girls when it wasn't. It was just a white shadow with red shoes on.
So you're telling me you got a picture from Phillip as if there was a ghost of your dead niece at the scene where she died?
Exactly, yep.
Years later, here he is, still trying to catch ghosts in pictures.
But I wonder if people would be nervous with the kind of access you have in buildings like this. Documents, tax records.
You mean they're more like vulnerable by opening?
You're here essentially alone for 8 or 10 hours at night with who knows what kind of personal record.
I can see where that could be called into question.